Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Feels like it's been forever, and I think it has been forever. It's been like over a month, but just been really busy with everything, so haven't really been able to do anything. The 51 has just been sitting in the garage, drove it a couple times. It's all good. I just need a clutch. If you know somebody who can build me a custom clutch for a 5.9 Magnum with an inch and 3/8 10 spline input, hit me up, send me a message, something. I really, really, really need a clutch. Talked to a bunch of shops. They all claim they can do it, and then they ghost me when they start looking into it. And I need something nasty. I need something that'll hold 800 foot-pounds and take four-wheel drive launches. It's got an 800 foot-pound clutch in it now, and it slips like crazy. So I need something. I'd love a twin disc. I'll settle for a big ceramic at this point. I just need something that'll just take the abuse and the power that the 51 makes. I mean, it's a four-wheel drive dually that weighs 5,000 pounds, and I want to launch it in four-wheel drive. So I really need that, but till then, I'm just kind of cruising it as is. It just slips the clutch real bad, so that sucks. But today's video is about the old Ford. So this thing has also been sitting since the last time we did the burnout in the 51 because I had to steal the wheels off this thing. This thing has had steel wheels on it since I built it, and they're just chrome steelies. I hated them. They look like crap. So I finally have a set of wheels. I don't know if it's the right set, but it's going to be the set for now. So as you can see, this thing's got nothing on it right now. So these are the wheels that I finally settled on. They're not really what I want. What I want is a set of old school wagon wheels, but because of the disc brakes, I need to run 17s. And trying to find a 17 in an old school wagon wheel with the right backspace, if it doesn't have enough backspace, the wheels will stick out, and I hate that. So I came across these. I paid $100 for this whole set of wheels, and I mean they're pretty crappy. They're pretty roached up, but I've cleaned them up. I still need to sand the center. I'm gonna paint them, and part of it too is I can't figure out what color aluminum wheels should go on this thing because it's kind of ratty. Black, too modern. Bronze, maybe. I settled on copper. So I need to finish sanding these up, and these are some 35s I got wrapped around here. Gonna put some copper paint on them, some wheel paint, and then we'll throw them on and see what it looks like. And then I've got a few other little things we got to touch up on this thing. Some more cosmetic upgrades, and I've also got a Holly issue that I'm hoping I can take care of. This thing has always had an issue with being super rich. Like, actually, I'll show you. Like, that's black. That's black. This thing has just been absolutely pig rich ever since I've put it together. It doesn't know it's pig rich though. It says it's running at a good air fuel. Not rich at all. And it kills O2 sensors about every 2 months. Alright, I'm gonna admit right now, this may not be the right color. This is really bright. It's supposed to be a matte finish, so we'll see how it dries, but holy crap, is that shiny and fancy for supposedly an old farm truck. We'll see. I'm kind of hoping they'll be a little more matte than they are. I mean, they're still wet. I just finished the first coat. They'll be a little more satin, and maybe once they get a little dirty, but that is a lot of brightness. You got to paint them outside, otherwise they turn out too nice. If you paint them outside, you get that texture, which really makes them fit an old farm truck. But while coat number 2 is driving, I have another cosmetic upgrade, and it's something I've had for a very long time, and I never put on, but I'm going to do it now because it needs them. Cab lights. Like every old truck needs cab lights. Actually, every truck needs cab lights. What am I saying? Every old truck. Every truck needs cab lights. And I got them laid out, and I did the evenly spaced Ford pattern. So I couldn't find any specs on what cab lights these are supposed to have or how they're supposed to be spaced. So these are 73 to 79, and this seems to be the general consensus of how most of these lights were installed at the dealer, and not like most new trucks where they keep the three together. These were evenly spaced. All right, like I said, I wasn't 100% sold on this wheel and color choice, but now that I've seen it, it's pretty sick. Like, just look at that. It's like, it's literally a Hot Wheels car, but full size. I love that. I love that wheel and color combo. Cab lights, really make this thing look bigger. The 35s definitely needed the 35s back on it. Damn. Who would have thought? Some old takeoff Dodge wheels, a little bit of paint, and a lot of sanding, and it looks absolutely crazy. I love it. Absolutely love it. Looks different. Doesn't look like anything else on the road. All right, now that I got this thing cosmetically all dialed up with the lights, the wheels, and tires, I gotta fix the rich issue. And it's always been super rich, and it's just never seemed to know why. And I talked to a couple tuners, and everybody kind of pointed me in the same direction. They said if you're frying O2 sensors and your sensor signal's jumping all over the place, it's probably the heater circuit. And I've heard rumblings from quite a few people about bad Terminator X's with O2 heater circuits. So I think that's what's going on. Everybody told me to check the wiring. I checked the pinouts, everything. It all seems good. I don't know if the circuit's just bad. I don't know what's going on, but from my reading, and I could be wrong, but the way I understand it is that circuit is just a positive 12 volt and a ground. So I just checked it. When running, I have 6 volts to the heater circuit when the ECU is cycling it, which seems awfully low when checking both sides. The ground almost seems a little sketchy because when I jump off the sensor ground or off the heater ground to just a normal ground, I get up to about 7 or 8 volts. So kind of thinking that's just not right. So, and I should just be able to put a relay in and use the positive and negative from the ECU to trigger a relay and then give good ground and 12 volts to the O2. Because when I look at the sensor, I get about 11 volts across the signals, across wires. So it shouldn't change much on the sensor. So it's just not working right. And the sensor's actually okay. It reads out about 500 ohms, which when I'm on 5.51. So I'm going to relay in here and see if that's the issue. See if that maybe then it's not just going like 8 miles all the time, which is absolutely insane. So why not? I should fix it. Well, that was an exercise into futility. As you can see, it's all back to how it was because I am not smarter than the Holly. I tried to fake it out by putting a relay in to run the heater circuit, and it just thought it was unplugged. So then I added a resistor in to try to fake it into thinking it was working. That didn't work. I then tied the 2 hots together with a diode to try to just amplify the voltage to it, and that didn't work. Just no matter what I did, the Holly knew it wasn't quite right, even though I tried to fake it in as good as I could. So I don't know what I'm going to do now. This thing still just runs absolutely insanely rich, and it kills O2 sensors like every 2 months. And I don't think it's my mounting, but I don't know. This thing doesn't have exhaust leaks. I've double, triple, quadruple checked it. I don't know. I don't know. And the plugs are black as hell. The tailpipe's black as hell. It's super, super rich. And it just doesn't think it is. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Alright, well, I'm being stubborn with this thing. And I just hooked up straight to the O2 harness out under the hood and then ran it up. And I disconnected the J1A from the ECU just to make sure everything was good. I've got good connections all the way through. It's not a wiring issue. So I'm going to take this ECU, and then I'm going to go pull the ECU out of the 51. I'm going to swap them. 51 never burns up O2s, never has an issue. So we'll swap the ECUs, and we'll see if the 51 starts burning up O2s. And I'm curious to see how this does. Alright, I got everything swapped over. We cruised it last night. We went down and hung out with the Scrapyard Productions crew. Bummer on his motor, but it was still a good time. So we're just taking the boat out with it now because it's probably the last good day we're going to have this year. So truck's running good. I don't know. We'll see what it does. See if the fuel mileage gets any better. But it tows the boat really well, and it definitely looks more badass than the diesel. And coincidentally, the wheels actually match the boat, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, we'll see how it does.
It's been cruising good.
Yeah, it's been really happy. old boat, old truck. Successful day. This thing's running great. It seems to love pulling the boat, so I'm just gonna keep driving it and see if the fuel mileage picks up. It seems like maybe it's a little better. I'll keep going through the tune and we'll see if it gets any better, but yeah. This thing seems pretty happy, and I'm glad that I actually have wheels and tires on it and I can drive it again. So, because I do love driving this thing. It's amazing, and you know, it looks badass pulling that boat. But
Yeah, it does.
yeah, come back next time. We'll be doing something. I don't know what, but it'll be something cool.